plaintiff, Wittonia Pete, met the defendant at work, and she thought they were good friends until the defendant tried to get her fired. Wittonia is suing her former friend for a refund and harassment. Defendants Natalie Aviles and her husband Christopher say after they sold a car to Wittonia, she not only tried to get them evicted, but she also tried to get their children taken away. They're countersuing for harassment.
Start with you.
I met Natalie about 4 or 5 years ago when I moved to Pacific, Missouri. We worked at Walmart together. Like I said, I thought we was friends. We hung out, chit-chat, call one another, text, go to the same pantry and all, see each other at the store, visit one another, till she tried to get me fired from my job.
Why?
That's when it all went left.
What happened?
Over this car deal.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, I thought we was cool and stuff, and then now all of a sudden, it just got ugly.
What happened with the car?
Well, I purchased a car from her on August. She wanted $800 for it, and I gave.
Just past August?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
It was a 96 miles per 4-cylinder.
Mm-hmm.
She told me everything was okay
for
with the car.
For $800, you said?
Yes, sir. I'm
All
sorry.
right.
For $800. She told me the car, only 2 things was wrong with the car. The left passenger side window didn't come down, but they had the piece that you could put on there, and it had a little crack, a little leak. I said, okay then. So when I went to go get the car, first thing I noticed.
Let me stop and ask them first, and they can give me the background, and we'll get further into your details. What do you want to tell me, ma'am?
Well, I met Tony when we worked at Walmart. I thought she was cool until she tried to get my kids taken away and us evicted from our home.
When did she do that?
After all this car stuff,
Okay.
she just started, her real self
And
came
why
out.
don't you tell me about the car purchase?
Well, she ended up getting a job at my son's school, and as a cafeteria lady, she let us know that she was looking for a car. We had an extra car, and we thought, hey, why not sell it to her, help her out? She requested if we would do a payment plan for her. And I said, yeah, if we split it up in 2 payments, because I didn't want to have it prolonged. So she gave us $400 in the first payment, signed an as-is paper.
I met Natalie about 4 or 5 years ago when I moved to Pacific, Missouri. We worked at Walmart together. Like I said, I thought we was friends. We hung out, chit-chat, call one another, text, visit one another, till she tried to get me fired from my job. That's when it all went left.
Defendants Natalie Aviles and her husband Christopher say Natalie was friends with the plaintiff until the plaintiff tried to get their kids taken away.
What did you tell her about the condition of the car?
I told her it did have minor problems with it. It had been sitting.
Did you describe the minor problems?
Yes.
What did you tell her the minor problems were?
I told her that the headlight was cracked and the blinker switch had to be fixed. And
I wouldn't have got it.
yes, the window was messed up, but we did provide her the part. We just never put it on. She said it was fine as long as it runs because she needed to get to work. So she said her husband could cover all of the problems that could be fixed.
That's a lie, Your Honor.
Okay, let me get back to her. What happened?
Your Honor, she did not tell me that the blinkers or nothing was cracked. I didn't find out about the blinkers till when I got the car and went in there, it was hanging off. And I said, what?
I told her.
I said, what is this? She said, you could just stick it back in there,
And she said it was fine.
On top of that,
she was fine with it.
No, I didn't.
Tell me what happened from there.
And then on top of that, when I took the car home, I lock it up. The morning I got up to go take it to go get the inspection done, I couldn't even get the key in there. And I'm calling her wondering, I said, how am I supposed to get in this car?
She never
She
called
said,
me.
Chris didn't tell you
She
that you got to
never
go
called me.
around the
I heard
back.
you, ma'am. Let her
You got to
finish.
go around the back on the passenger side, go through the back door and come through the front and open it. I said, you got to be kidding. I said, you got to be kidding me. Now what would I want to buy a car like that and I can't get in it with a key? So I said, you know what, we'll talk about
That's
this
not
one.
true?
No.
I didn't.
go ahead.
I got
You
the
did
text
not call me.
messages.
Well, she said something like that?
No.
When I called her that morning.
And she said something like what you just
she
told
said
me?
exactly what I said.
You have a text that says that?
No, I have that. No, I talked to her on the phone. She told me to go around the passenger side, and I'm like, wait a
Got
minute.
that. You say you went for an inspection?
And then when I picked it up that day, he told me that the car did not pass inspection and gave me everything that was wrong with
Let's
it
see
and
it,
needed to be
please.
done.
And you called and asked for your money back?
I called and
what
told her, I
happened?
said, I'm finna bring the car back to you over there and stuff. On my way over, bringing it back to her, the police pulled me over because I didn't have no plates, no nothing on it. And luckily, I was telling him what the situation was, what happened. So he followed me up there to her house and watched me hand her the keys, and she took the keys back and I left.
He did not follow her.
He did. He was sitting at the corner of the house. He said, girl, gone. I knew y'all was gonna get her and do that.
Okay. This also says that the wheel bearing was loose and...
And I did tell her
No,
about
you
that.
didn't, girl.
Yes,
You
I
said
did.
2 things.
Okay. Well, whatever you told her, ma'am, it failed to inspect. It was illegal. You
Yeah,
sold her a
I
car.
had-
You sold her a car that was dangerous.
That was her choice to
But
buy
you
it.
lied to her.
to sign
She
for it
signed
as
for
You
it.
lied, and then I asked her to send me.
What you did was illegal. Listen to me again. I don't care what her choice was.
Okay.
Okay. Illegal
Okay.
to sell someone a car that is dangerous. All right? We got that clear? How did she harass you?
She continued to text me and
Asking about my money.
Quiet.
explained to me that she did not want the car and she did not want to fix any of the problems because it was too much money
How's
for
that
her.
harassment?
So she started texting me saying that expect some surprise visits at my home.
Mm-hmm.
She started harassing my son at school. He's a freshman.
She went up to his school? Was she?
No, she is the lunch lady at my son's school.
Okay.
And I found out that he would just
That's a
avoid.
lie. Cause she
What
lied.
did she do to you?
She went to my manager and she told her that I was a
all
big
work
time
together?
drug dealer. No, we do not work together
So
anymore.
she went up to your job to talk
She
with
don't
your
have
boss?
no-
I am unemployed right now.
I thought you said she went to your manager.
My home, my residence.
The
She
landlord,
tried
to the
my
landlord.
management at
Did they evict
my
you?
home. No, she
Okay, you have
she
a
wrote
letter
it. Yes, I do.
demonstrating that? Ma'am, did you tell the
No, I talked-
landlord they were drug dealers?
Which is
Yes.
they are, but I'm just saying
Did you
that.
do
You know, but
Wow. What a
Okay,
lie.
you must
yeah.
prove that they are. Can you
Okay.
prove it?
And here's
Hold on. Can you prove they're drug dealers? Do you have any evidence? Any statement from anyone?
well, I got statements saying that she
That they're
texted
drug
me.
dealers? That they're
they
drug dealers?
No.
Okay.
couldn't even get the key in there, and I'm calling her wondering. I said, "How I supposed to get in this car?"
She never
She
called
said,
me.
"Chris didn't tell you
She
that you got to
never
go
called me.
around
I
the
heard
back.
you, man. Let
You
her
got to
finish.
go around the back on the passenger side, go through the back door, and come through the front and open it." I said, "Girl, you got to be kidding." I said, "You got to be kidding me."
Defendants Natalie Aviles and her husband Christopher say Natalie was friends with the plaintiff until the plaintiff tried to get their kids taken away.
I'll grant you your judgment for $2,400, and guess what? You're gonna get your judgment too
Thank you.
for harassment. This is the worst type of harassment. Going to someone's landlord.
She called
and
my
claiming
job
they are
and
drug dealers.
she called my-
$2,000 for you, $2,400 for you. At least you were $400 at least.
That's all I
Have a
really
good day.
wanted. Thank you. That's all I wanted was that 400.
Hope you're happy.
Not
You
for
got
me.
it.
Walk home, baby.
Not for me.
And then when they find out what kind of people y'all is,
Yeah.
I
When
got
you try
you.
We're
to
the
take
bad
my
ones,
kids
right?
away, you're on a different level.
Try to help
Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, you too.
Yep. And I will be
Tell your
taking
people
care of
stop
my
stealing
kids.
people packages
That's
off
how I
their mail
do.
and run off with gas.
Please.
Oh,
Where's your proof?
Oh,
Yeah,
oh, I
none.
got that proof.
None. You don't
Good
have
night.
any. Whatever.
Plaintiff Michael Pressler met the defendant at work, and they were friends. However, he's suing her today for the balance due on an unpaid loan. Defendant Heather Jackson says she's only being sued because she refused to have sex with Michael. Heather claims Michael not only sent her vulgar text messages, but he also sent her nude pictures of himself, and she was forced to change her number.
Start with you.
We met at work, and we talked a little bit, and I asked her out for dinner
How long ago?
about a year ago. And then we started going out and everything, and
Everything went well?
yeah.
Okay. Let me hear from you, ma'am. Give me some background.
Your Honor, I really don't know why we're here, but the biggest reason I think is because I wouldn't have sex with him.
You all dated?
No, we did not
Okay,
physically
he
date.
said you did, so.
We went to dinner a couple times as friends.
Did you all discuss romantic
No.
interests in each other?
He, in the middle of the night, at nighttime sometimes, he would start texting me really nasty stuff and sending really naughty pictures
How
of
many
his
times, if you could estimate, did he do that?
It would stop and then it would start. It would stop, then it would start.
3 times, 5 times, 10 times?
Probably about 15.
Okay. So what'd you say the first time?
No.
What'd you say the second time?
No.
What'd you say the third?
No.
Fourth?
No.
Fifth?
No. No.
Sixth,
No.
7, 8, 9, 10. So all you would say is no 15 times, and you
I would tell him to quit because it was gross.
right, and he didn't, and so but you kept letting him tell you that.
No, I ended up changing my number.
After 15 times. Okay, and you ever hear from him since then? Since you changed
No.
the number? All right, sir. She said 15 times you continued to harass her about going out with her. Is that true or not?
Well, I enjoyed going out with her.
I asked you, did you text her 15 times about it? Obviously, you enjoyed it. You made that clear. And she's saying that you enjoyed it so much so that you bugged her 15 times, and she told you no 15 times, and she had to change her number because you continued to call her or text her. That's what she said. I know what you enjoy. So, but did you do that? Did you text her 15 times
did
and
text her,
receive the
yes.
word no? Pardon?
I did text her, but I don't know how many
And she
times.
continued to say no?
Yes.
So why would you continue to text? All right, and all right, that's a crime.
Yes, I
She told you to stop,
I understand.
and you continued. That's called stalking. Once you're told to stop, if you do it anyway, you've stalked them.
Yeah.
So you've been
Okay.
stalking the woman. So she could press charges against you. Let's see what happened here with this money. You're suing her for a loan. Tell me what happened with the loan.
Well, she was driving a company pickup truck, and they wanted that back, and she had no transportation to get to work. So she asked me if she could borrow money, and I said yes. And she signed a promissory note,
Can you see it, please?
and she had only paid $800 on the promissory note.
All right. And when was the last time you heard from her?
A year ago.
Okay. And what was the nature of that communication?
Well, because she got picked up for driving under the influence. I got paperwork here for
No,
that.
you tell me first. Your communication with her.
So
You said
I,
the last time you talked with her, it was a year ago. What was the nature of that communication?
because we were going out. We were
A year
seeing-
later?
Well, no, not a
That's
year
what we're
later.
talking
I
about,
found
sir.
out.
Sir, we're talking about 1 year ago when you said you had your last communication with her. What was the nature of that communication 1 year ago? Put that down and answer my question.
Because she got picked up for driving under the influence,
And?
and I was interested in the car
Uh-huh.
because that was the loan,
Okay.
and I went over to check on the car, make sure it wasn't damaged or and that.
You came to her home? Without any notice?
Well, I knocked on the door.
Yeah. Without notifying her.
Defendant Heather Jackson is being sued by her former friend, who she claims sent her vulgar text messages and nude photos of himself.
You've stalked this woman? You've gone to her house? You can't even explain the nature of this last communication a year ago? How did you find out she had a drunk driving claim?
It's on the computer.
Oh, so you were stalking on the computer
No.
too? Go ahead,
No, I
ma'am. You
was
tell
not.
me about this loan.
was
He does
making-
have a
I
document
was
saying
not.
that you agreed to pay him. You tell me about it.
I did, and I was making all the payments. In January, I lost my job, and then at tax time, I told him I'd finish paying him, and I did. And right here, I've got my title.
Let's see it, please.
Thank you.
How's this relevant? Oh, you
Yeah,
paid for
no,
it and he gave you, who gave you the title?
He.
He did. Sir, it is. Sir, did you give her the title? All right. She says she paid it off. She presents me the title. I ask you if you gave it to her. You did not answer. Most of your testimony has been sketchy. It sounds like you stalked this woman and you loaned her money and she paid it off as she says. That's how she got this. You're mad, as I'm hearing from you, because this woman would not respond to your advances. So your claim is dismissed. You'll continue your ownership and report him if he calls or stalks you one more time, all right? Nobody's stalking. We ain't playing that no more, sir. That's over. That day is out. We too. Have a good day.
Plaintiff Teresa Crone says she and the defendant fell in love quickly, and he moved in with her and her parents. Teresa claims the defendant became emotionally unavailable and played video games all day, and she's suing him today for her engagement ring, which she paid off. Defendant Thomas T.J. Backley says his relationship with Teresa was one-sided, and there were literally times when he would cry and beg her for love and attention. Thomas claims he did everything for Teresa and would even massage her back for hours. And he's countersuing for unpaid rent.
Start with you.
TJ is my ex-fiance. I met the defendant in 2009 at a Halloween party. We hit it off and just fell in love with each other quickly. When he moved into my house, my parents' house, it was like having a child instead of a grown man living there. He wasn't there emotionally for me. He was not working at the time, and he would be playing video games all the time on his computer and on his Xbox.
How long had you all been dating before moving in?
Roughly about 2 to 3 months. And like I said, I mean, we fell for each other quickly.
Well, your parents must have fell for him too.
Yes. And they...
The man moving there with your daughter 2 months after she meets him. He may have been a serial killer. You all don't know anything about that man. 2 months. Go ahead.
That's what he was for Halloween.
That's a good point. And I guess her trick-or-treat started out with a treat. But sounds like it ended up as a trick. Let's see. How wasn't he there for you emotionally? What emotional needs did you have after 2 months?
He was not a good communicator. I would ask him, why do you not communicate me? He wouldn't have conversations with me, and he'd just tell me, well, I have nothing to say.
Well, I had nothing to say because you told me everything I talked about was impractical.
Because you wouldn't have normal adult conversations with me.
What do you consider a normal adult conversation?
Having a mature conversation instead of talking comical and like a cartoon character.
It made you laugh at the time, didn't it?
No.
Most women appreciate a sense of humor in a guy.
That's what I thought.
Right. Yeah. What's she really mad about?
I really don't know why she's mad about it. You know, to be honest, she says that I wasn't emotional when, I mean, there were points where it came to where I got so frustrated, I would practically cry, begging for love and attention. We had to fight in our relationship just so I get a kiss hello when I got home. I mean, I was emotionally there for her. I would come home, I would give her a kiss. I would, you know, would it come time to lay in bed, I'd rub her back for an hour to 2 hours till she fell asleep. Yeah, like lightly. And I
mean, you had to rub her back for an hour or two?
Yeah, so that way she
took that long to get her to flip over? Yeah. I mean, to turn on your back? I'm just saying.
Your Honor.
But I mean, she says I was cold, but it's like, it just came down to, you know, I didn't feel loved or appreciated.
I guess you wouldn't. The only thing you can get to is the back. Go ahead.
Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am.
He is a drama queen. He over-exaggerates. He acts like a little baby. He needs someone there 24/7 by his side showing him attention.
You're the one that said he was neglectful of you.
Yes.
Now you're trying to suggest he wanted too much
all
of your
I said
attention.
Is, you know, my way of seeing it is I'd like to have a conversation with my guy. And he just wouldn't like to talk or have conversations. And we get in arguments about that.
I'm sorry. You know, I do conversate, but maybe not to what she would expect. But I mean,
Conversate about video games. That's all you talk about.
and I give her my time. I am a romantic person. I would go and try to grab her by the hips and turn her to give her a kiss when she was going for the TV remote, and I would get the cold shoulder. The remote was more important than I was.
What did you do romantic for me?
Yeah, right. That don't sound romantic. That sounds like you a sex fiend.
I still buy a flower.
Yeah, I don't blame you. She wants a romance. Talk to her, right? You want to
Yes, I
have
wanted
a
some
decent
romance.
conversation. Oh,
His
sex
idea
fiend.
of romance, one time he cooked me dinner and he burnt the potatoes.
He did his best. We're going to get to this breach of contract, but he sounds like a decent guy. Sense of humor, try to cook for you, give you massages at night, and he couldn't even get a kiss when you walk in.
I couldn't even get a decent back scratching.
Like I said, he's a drama queen.
You wanted
Your
to say
Honor,
something? Come on
may
up.
I say something?
State your name.
My name is Grace Pochi. I'm Teresa's mother, and yes, we made the mistake of allowing TJ into our home too early. It was done with good intent. They hit it off really, really, really good. He was going through a hard time, didn't have a family. We had the room. We thought, okay,
Oh,
we'll
they
take
did
him.
stay in separate rooms.
No, I'm not going to say that, but my daughter is
Only when we
also...
slept, Your Honor.
My daughter is also an adult. Yes, I realize it's under our roof.
How old was she then?
25.
25. Okay, now, TJ, I'm going to say this about you. You're standing here acting like a man right now. Your relationship is your business. I do not dwell on that. You came into my home. Who had to bring up for you? And this is not about a lawsuit, anything. Who brought up that you should contribute a few dollars to our household?
You did. Long after
Why?
I brought it up to
Excuse me.
Teresa.
Excuse me. Was it your place to bring it up to her or to my husband and I?
To you guys.
I don't know. Could be either one, though.
Okay.
His relationship was with her.
It was
Again.
brought up before you brought it up.
Then why wasn't it paid before I
Now
brought
you're
it up?
on to something.
Ask her.
Now you're on to something. Did he pay?
I eventually did pay, yes.
Eventually.
After
And I
how
did-
long of
I
being
did-
there, TJ?
What, 4
For what?
months?
Try again. Keep trying and I'll let you know when to stop.
It's
Now,
my
I'm gonna say
courtroom
this.
now. This is not. I'll let you go, but now you giving orders.
Plaintiff Teresa Crone is suing her ex-fiancé, who claims he would literally cry and beg Teresa to show him love and affection because she was so cold.
We're gonna move on. The breach of contract. What
Yes.
breach of contract are you suing him about?
Your Honor, I'm suing him for an engagement ring that I paid off.
That she still
You
has.
paid for. Did you put anything down?
Yes, I actually made 2 payments on the credit card that I had gotten the ring on. Now, mind you, this ring was...
How much?
Oh, I think I'm really not... I think $100.
Oh,
or
well, I have to
the
go with
receipts
her.
right
You're not
here.
sure she is. Let's see what do you have there, ma'am.
See, she had my credit card receipts.
What is this, ma'am? What is this you're handing
That's
me?
the receipts for the payments that he paid, and here's the receipts.
The total cost? What was the agreement on the ring?
Well, prior to us moving on into the apartment, we were talking about the ring payments. We were both agreed that I would pay off the ring.
You keep saying pay off. That means he was supposed to pay some. How much was he supposed to pay?
He paid off the 100, and I paid off the remaining, the 1065.11.
All right. 1065.11 is what you put into the ring.
Correct.
He put 100 or so.
Correct.
All right. And you still have the ring?
Yes, I do.
All right. So you want both the money and the ring.
I want.
That's a nice little setup.
I mean, however, with our agreement, we talked about when we prior moving into the apartment that I was going to pay off the ring, and instead of him paying off the jewelry store every month, the full price, he would be paying me every month half. It was a $50
And
agreement.
he didn't pay you anything.
Correct.
All right. And what else does he owe you for? That's $1,065.
Correct. And
what
then
about
$2,000 also. We were talking about getting a house. He talked to the mortgage broker, and in order to start the pre-approval process, he needed to have $2,000 in his account. We talked about it. I pulled out the $2,000 out of my account to put in his account with the understanding that TG told me after the pre-approval process has happened, he was supposed to return me back my $2,000.
And he hasn't, obviously.
Correct. And
All
that
right.
money is meant for my education, Your Honor. My education, he knows, is everything to me. I'm a 4.0 honor student, and that money was given to me by my grandmother for my education.
So why'd you do that then?
It was with the understanding,
it was an inheritance.
that was still from my grandmother, meant for my
And she
education.
was going,
It
how you
doesn't-
gonna count this woman's money? You owe her.
I mean, she says it was for school,
Tell her what
but
it was
It
for.
is.
you got grants for
Doesn't
school.
matter,
But
sir.
that's-
I don't care if for her to smoke crack with. It was her money. Talk about because of what it was for. She doesn't have a claim to it. What do you want to tell me about the ring and the $2,000?
The ring, yes, she did offer. She offered to pay the ring off. Yes, I never asked her to pay the ring off, and so she did.
That's a lie, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
And as far as the $2,000, I understand that it didn't go towards the house, which I was working with the broker to get the house. And at the same time in spring, I just recently got into union, and they started actually taking $400 a month out of my paycheck for, pension, annuity, so on and so forth. And instead of having the conversation with Teresa, I had kept going thinking that maybe I would find side work or something to put this money back in, and it pretty much got used towards our rent, our livelihood.
You agreed that you were to replace the $2,000 and you didn't?
Yes.
And with regard to the ring, ma'am, you want the ring or the money?
The money, he could have the ring. I just want the money, and Your Honor, I do have a promissory
Let me see
note
it, please.
that we both signed, and I have my checks.
Sir?
And Your Honor, I also have text messages that he was admitting that he does owe me my money.
The total payment shall be $3,600. You signed that, sir.
Right, I did. I also signed that at her house with her family there after I got the whole, you have backstabbed my daughter.
Oh, Your Honor.
With a gun to your head?
Not a
No.
gun to my head, but I mean, I've got-
Counterclaim $3,960. How does she owe you $3,960?
Well, during the year that we lived in the apartment, I pretty much went back and forth from the apartment to downtown. I mean, it's a 100-mile round trip. She wouldn't, we talked about it before we had moved out to possibly move a little bit closer to downtown. She's got a 10-minute ride to her school, a 30-minute ride to her work, and she couldn't compensate for that. So on top of that, and the fact that she was basically a meat locker, cold on the inside, a meat locker, cold on the inside, just a shell that's freezing
Gotcha.
on the inside, because I had to fight for respect. I had to fight for love. I had to fight for a decent back scratch, and just couldn't get it. I mean, 3 years we were together. She did 2 loads of laundry, and I'm driving 2 to 4 hours on top of an 8-hour workday.
Your Honor.
The problem is, sir, unless you all agreed that she would pay this, you don't have a claim. You only have a claim on someone not paying if they agreed to pay and failed to do so. So this sounds like you were doing what a good mate would do.
Plaintiff Teresa Crone is suing her ex-fiancé, who claims he would literally cry and beg Teresa to show him love and affection because she was so cold.
What else did you want to say, ma'am?
Just basically that the text messages stating that he does owe me the money, and he's admitting that he does owe me the money for the ring and for the $2,000.
Then you have to give him the ring. You have the ring? Mm-hmm. All right. This is a pretty ring.
Yes, it is.
Well, give it back. You give it to your next girlfriend. She doesn't want it. I'll give you your money, ma'am. And with regard to the rent, sir, I can't grant you a judgment for something that wasn't agreed upon. Sounds like you were trying to do right by your fiance and taking care of the rent and taking care of everything without any agreement being necessary. And this is the thanks you get today, is you get sued.
Of course,
and she don't want to repay your money, and she throw your ring back in your face.
You know what? I kept the apartment
Judgment for the
spotless,
plaintiff,
TJ.
sir. Your claim is
Thank you,
dismissed.
Your
You didn't
Honor.
have an agreement. Have a good day.
Thank you. I'm just glad this is over. It's in the past, and we can get on with our lives.
I just think she could have had a lot more if she was any warmer in her heart.
A lot more. I wouldn't want you anyway. You have no ambitions or goals in your life.
You have no
And
heart.
I think anybody that's stuck with you gets a lot less because you rip off people and you are a leech. and you drag people's families in that took you into their heart and you use them.
We recently spoke with defendant Thomas T.J. Backley, who told us that after the case, he and plaintiff Teresa Crone got back together, but they ultimately broke up, and he hasn't talked to her in 4 years. Thomas said he's happy and is now dating another woman.